What's going on, people? What's going on? I'm fired up. I am fired up. Let me tell you why I'm fired up. Ooh, City Council. City Council last night got heated when they responded to me. Ooh, buddy. Guess what? I hit him with a 1-2 punch again today. I gave him some more evidence. Boy, I cannot wait. I cannot wait until the next city council meeting. Ooh, buddy. Hey, Mikey. Listen, I did not record it, but I listened to the radio on my phone. Thank you so much, Mikey. You did a very excellent job, Mikey. You did a great job calling into my local radio station. Listen, everybody, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, and from Central Standard Time, please call this radio station. All right. It's a local radio station, and you can call in and as long as he'll answer your phone. Just keep calling. Hi, Danielle. How are you, Danielle? So I want everybody to start calling this number Monday through Friday, 12 to 1. Excuse me. And then 5 to 6. This is the radio station number. So, and it's 12:40 a.m. So if you want to listen to the Watertown radio station on your phone on an app, just type in Watertown 12:40 a.m. and then you'll find it. You'll find it. So everybody, listen, I'm fired up right now. Everybody, I'm fired up. Listen, Danielle, I think Danielle might be the only one of my subscribers that no, it was hard. They had an issue, Danielle. They had an issue. Like Mikey called in. When Mikey called in, there was no problem. But toward the end, when you tried calling, I was listening, and he couldn't answer nobody's. He would answer phone calls, and nobody would be there. So there was an issue at the station. So Mikey, you did it, brother. Mikey, I tell you what, Mikey, thank you for that because they need to hear it more than for me because I'm known as the piece of shit. All right, I'm known as a piece of shit. So it's good for them to hear it from somebody else. Now, here's what um, I'm pissed off. I'm fired up. I'm pissed off. Danielle watched what the response was. Okay. Danielle listened to the city council's response to me, and it wasn't so good. Now, let me talk about the city council's response to me last night. Okay. Miss Councilwoman Ruggiero, she came at me and told me, how can I be taken serious if I'm calling her stupid and I'm calling her idiot? So apparently they've been watching my videos. So apparently she's been now after the now she was condescending, Danielle. She was, and she told me, everybody laughed at me. She made a joke. Everybody laughed, But afterwards, even though she was condescending, she's right that I shouldn't be calling them idiots and stupid. So if any city council people or city people are watching, I do apologize, and I will not be calling the council people stupid anymore. Right? Because I've never once said that about the mayor. I want people, if you watch my videos, I have always been absolutely respectful to my mayor because he showed me respect from the get go. Now, the council people, I said some stuff about. So I do want to say, if you're a council person and you're watching, or if you're reporting back to the council people, because apparently they've been watching my videos, because there's no way that she can know that I called him. And now listen, I understand you don't want to be called a name. Okay, so you're right. You got me. Okay, you got me, and I shouldn't call you a name. Okay, all right, like that. But we'll call you now because I won't call you stupid, or I'm not going to call you an idiot. What I will call you is an enemy of God. I will start calling people an enemy of God. How about that? All right. So this way, we know exactly what's going on here. All right. So if you're against me, that means you're an enemy of God. Absolutely 100%. Because let me tell you something. I can take correction. I can take somebody telling me something. And then I'm like, oh, you're right. Okay. So guess what? They were right at telling me that I shouldn't call them stupid and idiot. Okay. I'll admit that. I will admit that. Okay. But I will now call it being an enemy of God. So that's what I'm going to call it. You want to be an enemy of God? Then so be it. I'm fired up. I'm up, people. In case you didn't know, I'm fired up. I'm so fired up. I went over to the vet office today twice. I went to the vet office twice. All right. First time to make sure the guy that I always talk with over there is over there. You know, because listen, I don't care all the vet reps that are there. I talk to one guy because why? He runs the whole place. All right. I don't talk to nobody else. Listen, when I go to somewhere, I want to talk to the guy who runs it. All right. So I go over there to the vet center, and he's helped me before. He knows what I'm doing. Now, does he agree with what I'm doing? I don't know, but you know, I'm a veteran, so he helps me out. So I go over to the vet office and tell him, say, hey, I got to print out another document. He's like, yeah, man, go ahead. He gives me the password for the internet or whatever, so I can get on my laptop and print off what I need. So I go over there to City Hall and I turn in the propagation of the electromagnetic field over flat Earth from the Army Resource Laboratory. So I turned that in and I gave it to the mayor's secretary and asked her to give it to the mayor because the mayor, get this. Our mayor was in a meeting. And guess who he was in a meeting with? He was in a meeting with one of Watertown's pastors. The pastor of the Baptist church on the square that's got the clock on it, the thing that's been around for hundreds of years, the big thing that looks like an old castle on our square. So when I dropped off that paperwork, the mayor was in a meeting. And he was in a meeting with past. Get this. This is crazy. Our mayor's name is Jeff Smith. The pastor of the Watertown Baptist Church, who would sign the square, okay, his name is Jeff Smith. One's a white guy, one's a black guy. So the black guy is the pastor, and his name is Jeff Smith. All right. So he's the Baptist pastor right across the street from me. And I've told him about flat earth, but he says he only cares about getting souls to Jesus. I understand that, but if you understand flat earth, you can get more. So so when I went there, he was in a meeting. So I just gave the paperwork, gave the document to the secretary. And when I did, she read it, right? She read the cover. Her eyes went whoop. And when I seen the secretary's eyes go whoop like that, I said, because they responded that it's my opinion and that it's my belief. Well, I told the secretary, I said, this is not my opinion. This is not my belief. This is actual facts. So let me read some of these comments because I've been getting behind over here. So I've just been rambling. So let me okay. Okay. Do you think it was hard to get through because of all the colors? Yeah, so Danielle said she was so condescending and referring to Councilwoman Ruggiero. Now let's talk about Councilwoman Ruggiero for a minute. Um, I get where she's coming from. I can see where Miss Ruggiero is coming from. Ruggiero. It's Italian. There's a lot of Italians up here. All right, so like we're run by the mob up here. So there's lots of mob. You'll notice if you look the last names of my council people and the people who are involved in my city ends in a lot of vowels. All right. So anyway, um, she's. I can understand her being mad at me for calling her names. All right, because I listen to me. It is, but I want to be nice. So here's what I took out of last night. This is what I got out of last night. I got to be nicer. Okay, I got to be a little bit nicer. All right, so I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Listen, Mikey, you know, Mikey says I was on my exercise bike when I phoned. Mikey, you did well. You spoke well. He engaged you. So you everything that could have happened out of that phone call was perfect, man. It was short, but it was good. It was like a minute or two. So thank you, Mikey. Oh, none of your business. What's up, bro? What's up, none of your business? Yeah. Okay. So it says, no, you're right. Listen to what Plasto says. He's like, pretend you're Southern. Yankees are too grotesque. Or he says Yankees are too rough. All right, we're a little too like we don't mind giving you a zinger. You know what I mean? We don't mind saying something that sticks you a little bit. You're right. I gotta learn. Here's a good lesson. I sometimes I watch like British like YouTube channels when the Brits they're so proper. Like I watch these things and it's like I couldn't imagine speaking so prim and proper the way these English people speak. You know, I'm like, wow. This guy sounds intelligent. you know, you know. So you're right. I gotta learn. See, me and Donald Trump suffer from the same type of thing. We're New Yorkers. We don't got filters. All right, New Yorkers ain't got filters. We're gonna tell you how it is, but I can definitely see how it could be a little bit of an issue. But you pretend I'm Southern. I got to pretend to be a little bit more chill. So, but either way, I'm fired up because I tell you what, I can't wait to go back to city council because they told me that it was my belief and my opinion, flat Earth. It is not my belief. It is not my opinion. It's absolute 100% truth. All right. And I'm standing, first off, upon the word of God. And then I'm also standing upon real science that's observable, testable, and repeatable. And not only am I standing upon the government documents that prove a flat, non rotating Earth. Danielle, listen, Danielle. Danielle, I will listen to everything you have to tell me. Miss Danielle. Miss Danielle from Texas, and I'm pretty sure she can she can learn how to teach me to be a true gentleman. I'm sure, Miss Danielle. She's like, I can teach you how to be a fiery Southern woman, but I'm sure you could. But I'm fired up here in New York over this crap because Danielle heard what the response was, and Danielle texted me. I'm not like even like I'm getting a text from Danielle, and she's like, she's all mad about what the lady said to me. No, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I do everything in my power. I had to do everything in my power to keep my mouth shut while she responded to me. Because here's the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. I can't really say anything back to her until 2 weeks, right? So I have to let her go. Now, when we dismissed, I spoke above everybody and said, "Hey, I'm sorry for calling you stupid." And then she said, "You also called us an idiot." And I said, "Well, I'm sorry for that too." All right. And then here's what I'll say. Then I went up to Councilwoman Ruggiero, or I went up to Councilwoman Campo. So I went up to Miss Campo and I explained to her, I said, "Miss Campo, um, you said, when you go to a magic show and then the magician shows you how they do the magic trick, right?" She says, "Yeah." And I said, "Now when he does the trick, you know how he does it, so you're not fooled." She said, I said, "Well, I'm revealing you the CGI animation." I said, "Earth is indeed motionless, waters above, held up by the firmament." And I asked her if she was a Christian. She believes in God. So I told her. So now you know. I said, "Now you know." So there was a little bit that came out of, I got to speak to someone one on one real quick. So, but I told her, I said, "Miss O, you are now aware of the CGI animation trick." All right. So hopefully it sinks in. And for that, now here's another reason why I submitted that evidence again. We have 3 new people controlling our city since January. And I guarantee those 3 people did not receive the evidence that I turned back in last year. I guarantee those documents that I turned in last year back in October and November never got transferred over to the new people who came in. So that's another reason why I submitted that document, because there's at least 3 new people on the involved in the city. So that's why I did it again. We've got a new mayor, a new council member, and a new city manager. Texas women are tough. Yeah, I've only been to Texas just a few times. I've been to Texas 4 times, and each time was just passing through. I just passed through Texas. I'll be honest with you. The parts of Texas I went through, I mean, yeah, it did have its beauty, but I'm from the Northeast where we don't have dry, barren land. So what's up, Mikey? So if anybody is not subscribed over to Mikey Smith, I would encourage everybody to go over to Mikey Smith, hit that subscribe in, because Mikey's trying to get that 1,000 mark. Mikey's trying to get that 1,000 mark. So if you don't know Mikey Smith, go check out what he's doing up in Canada. I like what Mikey's doing. I like Mikey. He just calls everybody. It's such a simple thing that he does. Well, not only that, Mikey does tons of other stuff. But so if anybody go over and subscribe to Mikey. So anyway, guys, I can't wait, man. I just can't wait till next city council because I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I got a lot to say at the next city council. I think I think my city council, it will be my longest city council video. I think they're gonna have to pull me off the microphone. I think the mayor's gonna have to tell me, "Hey, it's time for you to sit down." Because I tell you what, I'm fired up, baby. I thought I was pissed off before, but after that response from the city, You're lucky that God didn't send fire and brimstone from heaven and destroy the city over that I got last night. Over that response that I got last night, I'm surprised that God didn't destroy Watertown and say it's a bunch of heathens. I feel like Old Testament where I'm saying, God, please don't destroy our city. Please don't destroy this city. Even if I find one other righteous man in the city, God, please don't destroy this city. Meanwhile, our government is opposed to God. They're opposed to God. Listen, Danielle, I'm going to give them whatever they want. After I dropped off that document to the mayor's office, right down the hall is the city engineer's office. I walked into the city engineer's office and I talked to the head engineer. The head engineer is the same guy that's always at city council meetings because he's got to be there every time. He's got to give a report on whatever the city's doing or whatever. And I asked him, I said, can you tell me what experiment I can do that proves the motion of the earth? Of course, he couldn't answer me. I asked him if he could show me the experiment that shows the curvature of the earth. Of course, he couldn't answer me. Then I told a trick question anyway because I already knew you couldn't answer me. But then he copped out and said, well, I'm just a building engineer. I'm just a building engineer and blah, 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 blah. But it doesn't matter. Nobody can debate the truth, baby. Nobody can come against what I'm saying. All right. Nobody can come against the truth. But it doesn't matter. My plan remains the same. I'm going to continue to go over the city. All right. I'm also going to take it up with the state of New York, and I'm also going to take it up with the United States of America. All right. So right now, I've been focusing on my city because I really want my city to help me out. Okay. All right. I really want my city to help me out. All right. Because it would make the state fight a lot easier. But it doesn't matter. I'm fighting the city, I'm fighting the state, and I'm fighting the feds. And you know what? If I'm standing alone, then so be it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if I'm standing alone. It doesn't matter if nobody believes what I'm saying, because I have the truth, and it doesn't matter. It does not matter. You know, I'm walking in the true power and authority of Christ here. All right. Nothing can come against the truth. That's right. I got a full court press, man. He's right. Isaiah's like, he's got a full court press, man. I'm going hard in the paint, baby. I'm going hard in the paint. All right. Listen, at city council last night, when they addressed me, the councilwoman made a joke that everybody, was like 50 people that were there last night. Everybody laughed, right? Ha ha ha. Because she made some kind of comment about how having different beliefs is what makes the world go round. She goes, having different beliefs is what makes the world go round. And then everybody laughed. Ha ha ha. And then we dismissed. One man in the crowd comes over to me and says, Donnie, he goes, I support you. It's my buddy Jason. He's over there for doing some bus issues. He's fighting the city on some bus transportation issues. He's been fighting them for years. Jason's been fighting the city for 15 years. 15 years, Jason's been going to the city, and he's fighting them on different stuff, right? He comes over to me. He says, Donnie, he goes, I support you. He tells me that every time I see him, right? But you know what? Everybody could hear me. I said, it doesn't matter. I said it loud enough so everybody could hear me. I said, it doesn't matter that I stand alone. And I went just like this. And then people looked. I said, I went just like this. I said, I walk in the true and power and authority of the Lord Jesus Christ. Everybody heard that in that room. All right. It doesn't matter. Of course, guys, I would love to have support come. I would love to have other people come to Watertown and come and speak in the mic. But if that doesn't happen, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. Because why? Let me tell you, I went across the the street today to get some Burger King. All right. I went over to get some Burger King for lunch or dinner or whatever it was I ate. My lunch dinner is what I call it. My lunch dinner. There was a person that was at city council, and guess what? He's part of the LGBTQ community. He's a fag. All right. He's an enemy of God. All right. He's an enemy of God. He sees me. I see him. Now he's only just mimicked and mocked me from a distance because I can tell when mocked and whatever, Okay. I see him. I say, hey, what's up, bro? Walk right by him, go in and order my food. But I tell you what, I gave him that eye the whole time. And as I was leaving, I looked right at him and gave him a big old smile. And I gave nodded my head towards him, and I walked out the door. All right. Because he's one of those LGBTQ people. I ain't got time for that, bro. You're an enemy of God. If you're an enemy of God, you're my enemy. So I'm fired up. I am fired up. Man, I'm fired up. Jeez, man. So what's going on? We got Immortal Messenger. What's up, brother? Hey, if nobody's subscribed over to the Immortal Messenger, go check his channel out. He's got some good videos on the spiritual realm, like the real spiritual realm, like dealing with with some real stuff. So Immortal Messenger, he's got some good advice on how to deal, and he's got a great testimony. I mean, I heard his testimony over on TDC Radio. I mean, I'm for sure some of you guys might already know Immortal Messenger already. You guys might already be subbed to him. So thanks for coming, checking out my channel, brother. Again, thanks for coming in the chats. Okay, you're driving. All right, I understand, man. All right, you're driving. Donnie, listen, is that going to stop me? Is that going to stop me from doing what I got to do? Is them not listening to the truth going to stop me? No. No. Did God make everything in a day? No. It took him 6 days. All right. It took God 6 days. All right. So it might take me 6 months. It may take me a year. So Gary, he goes, I hope you listen, Gary. I'm not going nowhere, Gary. I'm not going nowhere, Gary. I'm more fired up now. I'm more pumped up now because of what happened last night. Because of what was said last night when they responded to me, I am more fired up. Listen, Gary, this is how fired up I am. Woo! Let's talk about how fired up I really am, baby. So after, I haven't told nobody this, Gary. I went over, after I dropped off the paperwork, I went downstairs where you can go to the small claim court. And I said, hi, I would like to sue the city of Watertown. But I said, I don't want to sue for money. Because I'm not suing for money, the lady said, she was really nice to me. She knows me. Because you know why she knows me? Because for years and years and years, I would have to go there to make a restitution payment when I was a felon. So this lady knows me, knows what I'm doing, right? She goes, honey, honey, honey. She goes, if you don't want to sue for money, this is what you do. I told her that I'm having a hard time on the 3rd floor, that nobody's listening to me, and that I want to sue them and take them to court. So what did I do with it? Hold on. I'm going through all my paperwork. See, I'm trying to be the most professional flat earther I could be. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, anyway, what did I do with it? Did I take it out earlier? Oh, there it is. I found it. So, after drop, you file small claims, right? Because, I'll be honest with you, I don't know politics so much. So I told her, I said, I want to sue the city of Watertown. All right, but she goes, oh, you can sue them for up to $5,000 here in this office. I said, well, I don't want to sue for money. I'm not interested in money. I'm interested in policy change. She says, honey, she goes, you see that pamphlet right there? She goes, honey, she goes, grab that pamphlet right there. So I reach over and I grab this pamphlet. All right. And she told me, get a Jen. She said, go over there, talk to Jen. She goes, honey, she goes, we had good results with these people. They're local. They're right across the street. So she said, honey, get a hold of these people. She said, told me to get a hold of Jen. She goes, they can help you out. I said, well, thank you. So guess what? I will be suing the Watertown City, the Watertown City, Watertown City. I will be suing you guys. So if there's anybody wondering what my plans are because things ain't happening, you see this? I will be suing the city of Watertown. Not for money, but for policy change. And guess who what? I was told to get a hold of Jen. Well, guess what? Jen is the executive director. Hey, that sounds like the top person to me. That sounds like the person I need to talk to. Because she said, go talk to Jen. I said, okay. I grabbed the pamphlet and she was really nice and she wished me luck. Because I tell you what, the same lady that I asked about this about, I had to go there for 4 years and pay my restitution that I owed. Because I owed restitution for my felony. I had to pay off what I owed. So I had, or not only that, or not there, but I mean, tickets and different things I got. So I've known this lady in this town for a long time. And I tell you what, man, she was more than happy to give me the right advice of what I should do. So guess what? I hope you get off this hook. I hope you get off this kick, Gary. I'm only getting started, Gary. Look, conflict resolution services, and it deals with the city of Watertown. This office deals with them. Guess what? I'm going to contact these people. I'm going to submit a lawsuit. I don't give a crap how much it's going to cost me to file. Listen, I know I can't afford a lawyer, but if I can get a free one, sure. But you know what? I'll represent myself at no cost. It doesn't matter. As long as I can start to begin a conflict resolution. You're right. Flat Earth is like a snowball rolling downhill. All right? Absolutely. Gary is like, I hope you get off this kick. No, Gary, I hope you get off your CGI animation bullshit, Gary. Man, I'm trying to be nicer. So if you don't like what I'm saying, it's time to go. But anyway, guys, I mean, I don't know. I'm fired up. I'm really, woo, buddy. I've been fired up all day. Actually, since that response, I was fired up. I had to like clench my teeth and just sit there in the back and not say a word while she responded. And my blood was boiling. But whatever. It's what it is. It is what it is. So, is anybody going to get offended if I smoke a cigarette because I'm going to go grab a cigarette? I'm going to go over there and grab a cigarette. So I'm going to go. It's either that or I cut everybody off and I stop my live. Okay, everybody. Real quick here. Yes, facts. Listen, do whatever you can. I need everybody to bombard my city people. Send them packages, send them faxes, send them emails. I'll be honest with you. Don't send emails. Your best bet is to call, send things in the mail, or come in person. But because I just listened to my mayor on the radio today, and he was talking about all these emails he gets and how hard it is to get through all the emails. So he said he'd rather have a phone call. So if you want to talk to my mayor, he just said on the radio today that instead of emailing him, he'd rather talk to you. Gary, let me address Gary for Gary. The reason why you got a valid point. I'm not going to dispute what you're saying, Gary. You do have a valid point. You say you don't want to even sit down and talk about things. If someone doesn't believe what you believe, you put them in timeout. Gary, you cannot defend a spinning ball earth flying space because it's not real. Okay? The only time you get put in timeout is if you're disrespectful. Okay, but listen, Gary, I can see that you are being genuine, Gary. Gary, I can totally tell that you're genuine, like wondering why I'm like this. Okay, I can tell you're genuine, wondering what's going on over here on this channel. Okay, and the reason why I have a zero tolerance policy, I don't want to debate lies. There's no reason to. There's no reason to debate lies. Okay. All right. So I can understand that you do seem genuine. Okay. All right, Gary. You do seem genuine. And the only reason why you would get blocked or something like that is if you were being disrespectful on my channel. But listen, me and my moderators know the difference between you being genuine and you being disrespectful. But I don't got time to debate the lies. So I mean, that's why I don't want to. Now, Gary, let me ask you, Gary. Are you local, Gary? Gary Andrew, are you? Listen, if you're a local person and want to meet me, absolutely, absolutely, Gary. If you want to meet me, I will meet you. If you genuinely want to meet me, Gary, I will be happy. We can go have lunch, whatever, and then we can have a discussion or whatever. Okay. So if I don't even know Gary, I don't know Gary if you're local. Yes, I did call people. Now, let's talk about what Gary just said. Gary said you are the one that is calling people stupid. Last night at the city council, that was addressed. They told me they don't like me calling them stupid and they don't like me calling them an idiot. So afterwards, because I only call them that like when I go live, all right? So after it was all done, I apologized. Now, whether my apology was accepted or not, I don't know. But you know what? I can understand that it hurts your feelings if I were to call you a stupid or an idiot, and I'm sorry for it. Okay. I'm learning to try to be as nice as I can. Okay. This is a whole new thing I'm getting involved with here. All right. Um, you're taking a street cat and trying to make him a house cat. All right. You're taking somebody that lives a pretty rough life who's doesn't know where their next meal's coming from, into a world where everybody's pampered and everybody's a whole different lifestyle. I'm a sailor, a construction guy. All right, I got tattoos. You know what I mean? I got tattoos on my arms. You know what I mean? So, and it's a whole different world that I'm trying to get into. Because I've lived that rough lifestyle, and I'll be honest with you, it's not going to hurt me learning not to swear. It's not going to hurt me to learn not to smoke a cigarette. It's not going to hurt me not to call people stupid. So I hear you when you tell me that, okay? All right, because wise men can be corrected. All right. On that note, I want this cigarette that I went and go get 20 minutes ago. You're right, Gary. So I'm sorry that I called people stupid, but I just don't want to debate lies. Here's the whole thing, Gary. Gary, you got any kids? You got, let's say you got a kid, right? You're in the other room, it breaks a pitcher. You come in the room, the kid tells you, "Oh no, Daddy, I didn't break the pitcher. I didn't do it." But you know that it was them that did it. But, are you going to listen and debate your child while they're trying to lie to you? No, you're not going to stand for it. You're not going to hear it. You're going to go put them in timeout. You're going to be put in timeout because you're not listening. You're not listening to the authority. Okay. The reason why you get put in timeout is because you're not listening to an authority. So Daniel in the Lion's Den says the only way to become wise. Listen, King Solomon gives some pretty good advice about wisdom. First off, the beginning of wisdom is fear of the Lord. Fear of the Lord means that you know that he has the power of the second death, which is to cast you into hell. You should be fearful of that. All right. So that's fear of the Lord. All right. But how many times have we've heard in scripture, wise men can be corrected. And listen, I've been corrected lots of times, and I don't have a hard time telling you what my shortcomings are and to bring things to light. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not trying to hide anything, right? Because there's no reason to. All right. There's no reason to hide nothing. Okay, Gary, let me talk about what Gary just posted. Gary, I do not believe the earth is flat, Gary. I know without a doubt 100% the truth. 100% the truth. The earth is flat and motionless. I know that without a doubt. It's a fact. Now, you believe the earth is round. That's a belief. You believe that with no evidence, Gary. You believe that without even it for you yourself. Gary, have you even tested if the earth is spinning around through space? Gary, you haven't. I have. I've tested to see that the earth is moving. It's not moving, Gary. It's not moving. But anyway, Gary, I hope you, even though we disagree, Gary, I hope you respect the fact that, listen, I respect the fact you come to my channel still. But here's what you haven't answered me, Gary. You haven't answered me this question, and I want to know. Gary, Are you a Watertown local? Gary, are you a local up here? That's what I want to know, Gary. Are you a local up here, Gary? That's what I want to know. Yes, Gary, I expect everyone to know the truth, Gary. I expect everyone to know the truth. That's right, Gary. I expect it. I expect everyone to know the truth. No, it isn't, Gary. It's the truth, and I can prove it. Listen, I prove it with the Bible. I can prove it with observations, and I can prove it through government documents, through experiments that are government-run organizations proving a flat motion of Earth. All right, I can prove this. I have the evidence, Gary. All right, I have the actual evidence. Gary, if you read NASA's fine print, they admit everything I'm telling you. Gary, if you read the government's fine print, they admit everything on you. Gary, if you read the government's fine print, they admit everything I'm telling you. Gary, if you read its fine print, they will, same thing I'm telling you, brother. Gary. Oh, so guys, I saw him last night at the meeting. I did. How come come up to me, Gary? Gary got my listen. Gary's got my interest now. Gary, you got my interest now. Gary says you saw me last night at the meeting. What's the rest of that? And what? And it says you saw me last night at the meeting and T. What's the rest of that? Gary Andrew, I saw you at the meeting last night. Gary Andrew. I seen you? Like, I don't even know who you are, Gary. So you are a Watertown local then. Okay. And it says, yes, you saw me last night and the meeting and when? And T. And today? Are you the same guy that I seen at Burger King, Gary? Gary. Gary, are you the same guy that I seen at Burger King earlier? Because I seen somebody at City Council and at Burger King. So Gary, Gary, are you the person I seen at Burger King? Hey Gary, did I see you at Burger King today? Are you the same guy that I seen at Burger King that was at last night? It just makes me wonder now. So Gary's local, and I don't know what he looks like. I don't know who Gary Andrew is. Yeah. Well, maybe. Listen, buddy. If you're the same guy that I seen at Burger King, you better watch out because you know why? You're an enemy of God. All right. If you're the same guy that I seen at City Council last night and at Burger King today, you better watch out. I already know your spirit. All right. I know what kind of lifestyle you're involved with, buddy. Now, if you're the same guy that I seen last night and at Burger King today, all right, that's why I gave you a smirk when I walked out of Burger King. I'm already aware of what you think about me. If you're the same guy that I'm thinking about right now. No, if you're not, whatever. Maybe you're somebody else. But if you're the same guy that I seen last night and today, you better watch out, because I'm going to talk to you about Jesus Christ every time I see you. So, Gary Andrew, are you the same person that I seen at Burger King today that was at City Council last night? Because you know this is a small town, brother. You know I'm going to run into you again. All right. So you just might as well come out to let me know who you are. Because I'm telling you now, I'm not going to call you stupid anymore. I'm not going to call you an idiot. I'm not going to call you names. I'm just going to call you an enemy of God. You're an enemy of God. I don't know. Gary's not answering anymore. I don't know what's going on with him. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's enough for tonight. Unless anybody else wants to ask me questions, just say something, or if anybody wants to respond to anything. So Gary says, nowhere does the Bible say that it's flat. Now, Gary, if you go back to the original Greek and Hebrew, okay, go back to the original Greek and Hebrew, you can't say that. Now, you can say that the King James version of the Bible and pretty much all the rest of the versions in English. The English version of the Bible, you can say what you just said. All right. But not when it comes to the Greek and Hebrew. Okay. Where's Platos? Where's Plasos at? Plasos, Plastus. Where's Plastus at? Look up Plastus. So, is this might be Greek? Maybe that's how you spell it. I don't know. I think that's Greek. So, as Max says, I guess I'll be in this chat now. You said that flat Earth was objective. It's the truth. All right. So you got put out in timeout by because you wanted to come here and say that what I'm saying is objective. All right. You're told me that what I'm saying is objective, which means that from my point of view, it's flat. Listen, the truth is the truth is the truth. Gary Andrew doesn't even know. So Gary, this is what I want to know for you. Are you the same person I seen at City Council and at Burger King today? Are you that same person I seen at Burger King today? And if you are that same person that I saw at Burger King today, God's going to rain fire from heaven upon you, brother. I know exactly the spirit you operate in. I've heard and been aware of everything you've been doing on your phone. Okay? If you're that guy that I seen at Burger King today, watch out, buddy. He's got to be. This Gary guy's got to be the same guy then if he's not answering my question. Guess what, Gary? I'll give you that sign next time I see you, too. You're an enemy of God, brother. You're an enemy of God. All right? And if you're the same guy that I think you are, aren't you a part of the LGBTQ community, Gary? Gary, aren't you this? If you're the same guy that I'm thinking of, aren't you this? Aren't you a part of the LGBT community, Gary? You're in here trying to talk about what the Bible says, but you're part of the LGBT community, Gary. Because if you're thinking, if you're telling me you were at city council last night and then you said and T, which would mean today, maybe, right? Is what I would take it as. That means I seen you at Burger King. You're the same person I seen at Burger King. That means you're an enemy of God, Gary. You're an enemy of God. And guess what? It's wickedness. All right, Gary? A penis goes inside of a vagina. In case you didn't know that. In case you didn't know that, Gary, and nobody told you, it goes inside a vagina. All right. And guess what? This LGBTQ meeting in June, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen. All right. So Gary, here's what's going on. If Gary is the same person that I seen at City Council last night and the same person I seen at Burger King today, he's a homosexual. If it's the same person I'm thinking of. But because Gary's not answering me, it's making me realize that it is him. And watch out, brother, you're an enemy of God. Because the LGBTQ community is top of my list of things that are going to be taken care of around here. So anyway, that's going to be enough for tonight. And it looks like we found out who Gary really is. And if Gary's the same person I seen at City Council last night, and he's the same person I seen at Burger King, he's an enemy of God. He's part of the LGBTQ community. So it's funny that Gary hasn't responded to what I just said. That just makes me think that it's got to be the same person I'm thinking of. So everybody, you want to, know what kind of person Gary is? LGBTQ supporter. LGBTQ supporter. He's one of those. He's, so whatever. So anyway, Gary. Now that I know who you are, Gary, I know who you are now, buddy. I know who you are now, and listen. I'll be talking to you now. Every time you see me, I will make a point to stop and talk to you, Gary. All right. So I think I just found out who Gary is. He's one of the local people. And so, Gary, if you're the same I'm thinking of, if you're the same person I'm thinking of, when I mentioned God's word at the city council last, I seen you mocking. I seen you laughing. I seen you shake your head. I seen you go, okay? You're that. Listen, Gary, all right? You're an enemy of God. Enemy of God. So guess what, people? We just found out who Gary is. He's the LGBTQ people. All right? He's the LGBTQ. And if you go back to the beginning, if you go back to the beginning of this live stream, I talk about Gary before he even comes in my live chat. I talk about that guy that I seen at Burger King earlier today. Because when I seen him, I knew exactly who he was because he was mocking me last night. All right. So Gary got found out, and Gary's part of the LGBTQ community. You know what? You know, it makes me wonder because why didn't you say anything last night, Gary? I've been to the city meeting several times. I've never seen you speak. Are you in a relationship with Councilman Henry Wilkinson or whatever his name is? Are you in a gay relationship with one of the council members? Because one of the council members is a full blown faggot. He's an LGBTQ. I'm sorry. I probably faggot is probably isn't politically correct. So then I have to use the word homosexual. So I mean, if you get offended by that, I'm apologizing now. Whatever, homosexual. So are you with the councilman? Is that what you're doing, Gary? Is that what you guys are doing over there, Gary? No, it's not correct. Okay, all right. So all right, so he's not dating. But you know what? I already know who you are, brother. All right, I can tell at you. Just looking at you, I can tell you're LGBTQ or T or queer or whatever you want to call it. Just looking at you, I already, I can see people's hearts when I look at them, and I can tell that you're vile. I already recognize that in the beginning when you come to my chats. Uh, Well, anyway, guys, I'm done. I'm done talking about this stuff. I'll probably come live tomorrow. Whatever. And if you guys got my number, feel free to text me afterwards. Or whatever. You guys want to text me or whatever. This is enough for today. I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I can't wait till next city council meeting. Gary, I can't wait to see you. Gary, let me put this straight to you, Gary. You are my enemy, Gary. Gary, let's make this straight so you don't misinterpret anything. Gary, you are my enemy. Now, the reason my enemy is because I hold the word of God to be true. And I stand for the things of God. So if you are against the word of God, that means you're against me because I stand for the word of God. So guess what? You are an enemy of me, Gary. But you know what? I'm supposed to pray for you, Gary. I'm supposed to pray for you. Okay? So, but Gary, if you want to talk to me, I'll talk to you. Just let you know, I already know your spirit, bro. I already know the spirit you're operating in. And I ain't gonna take nothing. I ain't gonna take nothing like that. So, all right. Yes, you're my enemy, Gary. And I'm instructed to pray for you. Okay, Gary? That's what God wants to do for you because you're an enemy of God. All right. But anyway, everybody, thanks for coming by. Gary, thank you for coming by. I want to thank you, Morgan Messenger, Danielle, Zepzo. Thanks for coming by. I want to thank Mikey Smith for coming by. We thank artists. Thank you, artists, for coming by. And if listen, everybody, do me a favor, everybody, go everybody else. All right, listen. If you don't got no content, it doesn't matter. Sub to everybody else. So this way, if you ever put content, you can at least get somebody to watch it. All right. So we got Mikey Smith that came in, and then we got None Your Business. We got Platus, and then we got It's Flat Rechecks, and then Immortal Messenger, Gary Andrew, um, Azimatic. I think that's how you pronounce them, even though I blocked you for once. That's all right. I think that may be Zepzo, artist. Anybody else that I missed in there in the chats? No, that's about it. On here, see if anybody else knew. Well, it's been awesome. You just got here, Chody? It was a doozer. But all right, guys, thanks for coming by, and God bless you. And not listen. Now we really know who Gary is. I know who Gary is now. But here, Gary, here's the whole thing. You're my enemy, but I got love for you, brother. All right, I got love for you. Okay, so don't think of like oh he's doing a blah 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 blah. No, brother, I still got love for you. It's just that I know now who I'm dealing with, and I know your name. Because before I only knew what you and I already knew that, but now I know your name. So, all right, guys, talk to you later. Mr. Law came in. He's like, damn, I just got here. Well, I've been here for an hour and 8 minutes. So time for me to get out. Yep. All right, guys. See you later.